Hi guys, welcome back to Tara Makes Up. Today I'm very lucky to have Anna from Vivianna Does Makeup here with me in my studio. We are going to recreate the look that Margot Robbie wore for this year's Oscars, which was a really beautiful bold lip with a little bit of eye definition. So I'm going to show you how to create the look, and keep watching till the end because there's a special announcement about how you guys could maybe be sat where I am right now. So keep watching to the end and I hope you enjoy the video. I'm here today with a very special guest. I'm here with Anna from Vivianna Does Makeup.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being in my studio. We've been talking pretty much all morning, haven't we?
Yeah.
This has been quite hard to actually get this video started for
Yeah.
talking about, pretty much everything beauty related. So I'm going to start with Makeup Forever, and I'm going to use the HD foundation because obviously this would have been like a red carpet look. So let's get Anna red carpet ready. So I'm using a bit of 118 and a bit of 120.
I love that you're using this brush.
Do you like it? Lily really liked this brush. I think she brought it after we
She
did
told me that this is what you use, and I realised I already had it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so I got it out and I've been using it for foundation. And I really like the
it is
finish.
nice. I think it's one of those ones that just really buffs it in. It just
You need
sort of gives-
time.
You do.
It's
yeah.
not
It's a little bit
quick.
more lengthy.
But I like the finish of it.
What's your kind of go-to speedy foundation brush, then? What do you?
The Louise Young LY34.
I've got that one. That is really good.
You can just slap your face with it a bit. It's like
Standing up
foundation
production line.
done.
So we're going to do Anna's brows. I'm going to take, again, I use this a lot just because as a pro makeup artist, it's one of those products that I can use on everyone. So it's the Anastasia brow palette. And I'm going to use, I think you have the
Brow Wiz.
the brow wiz,
Yeah.
which you can get kind of the same colour formulations as the powders. So it's up to you in terms of what texture you want. I think if you are growing out brows, maybe that's when a powder is a bit softer as well. So you've not got to worry about creating such perfect shape. So I'm just going to give Anna's brows a little groom. Where's my spoolie gone? Oh, well done. See? Handy helper. So I'm just going to give them a groom. Just going to start more on the arch. And I'm trying not to go too much under the brow. I think Anna's got such a nice shape that you don't want to kind of cut off any area of the eye either when you're doing your brow. You want to keep that nice big space underneath so you've got more room to play with. And I'm just pulling out tiniest bit at the edge, but I'm using such small amounts of powder that it's not massively noticeable. It's just perfecting. And now with what's left in the brush, I'm just going to put a little bit through the front, but it's literally just what's left on the brush. So next product I'm going to use on the eyes is one of the Mercier eye bases. I think the packaging has changed from this one now, but this one is a colour called Buff. I use it quite a lot because it's quite a kind of a peachy wash, which gives a really nice kind of base to the skin and to the eye, so you can put powder shadows on top, but it's also quite a perfecting colour as well, so it just gets rid of any shadows on the eye. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that onto the lid, and if you have pale skin or a tan, this is a really nice colour. It just sort of cleans up the eye, but it does leave a little bit of colour. And I think when you look at the pictures of Margot Robbie, she definitely had something on her eye, but the focus was on the lips. So I just want to give a little bit of something to the eye. So next product I'm going to take on the eyes for Anna is one of the Marc Jacobs palettes. Have you tried these, Anna?
Yeah, I haven't tried this colour though.
So these colours, I will say they're quite shimmery when you look at them in the pan. There's definitely like a nice kind of like the coppery orange is really pretty, and because Anna's got green eyes, which I'm pretty sure in the picture of Margot Robbie, she has green eyes as well.
Oh.
So I think that's why this look's going to really suit Anna, and like I said, it's nice for you guys to see it with brown hair as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of this shade first, which is the more deeper. I'd say it's kind of like a light copper almost, but definitely with green eyes this will look beautiful. So just close your eyes for me. So I'm actually just going to kind of work that into the lash line first. So you're almost going to get kind of like not a smoky eye, but sort of like a daytime contoured eye, which is still just going to really complement the lip. And that's what I liked about this makeup look, rather than just being like a clean sort of black liner or just a bit of definition in the lash. There was sort of a tonal feel to the eyes. And then I'm just going to take a MAC 217 and I'm just going to run that over just to blend it in a little bit. And as always guys, I do concealer and everything last, so I just like to have a base on so it can kind of sink into the skin. And then also sometimes foundations do oxidize a bit on the skin as well, so you can see then when you put your concealer on what you actually need to add.
That's a really good tip.
They do though, don't they? I always think foundations change so much when
yeah,
they're on
5
your
minutes
skin.
later it can be completely different.
So I'm just taking a very small amount of that on the outer third of the eye, blending in towards the middle, but kind of much less on the brush by the time you get to that point. So I'm going to go back to that brown now with the same pointed brush and just kind of nestle into the lash line a tiny bit of the brown. But again, really, really minimal. If you needed to use a really tiny brush so that it's easier, just swap to a smaller, thinner brush. So I'm just buffing that in with the MAC 217 just to keep it soft and natural looking. And you can go back to whichever brush you need to if you feel like you've lost a little bit of kind of that copper pigment. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of Clinique gel liner. This is, I think it's the Brush On Cream liner, and this is in True Black. I really like the Clinique gel liners. I just find that actually you can leave the lid off and they don't dry up straight away. That's one of the reasons I tend to use those a lot. So you can see, Anna, it's still very creamy inside.
It is still creamy.
It's a little bit loved. So I'm going to use that on a Zoeva wing liner brush, which again, I've done a post on kind of doing perfect eyeliner, which I will link below as well if you haven't seen, because I think it's very personal doing eyeliner. It's different for everyone. So on Anna, I'm going to use this brush because I don't want much liner and I want it to kind of tail off to nothing. So the first thing, if you're looking straight ahead, it is easier to see how much room you've got, because like I said, I don't really want too much of a flick. But I'm just marking out where there's kind of room on Anna's eye so I can see the shape that's going to flatter her eye as well. So it just goes into that lash line, and I'm pretty much taking it all the way along because Anna's eyes can carry this. But it's just to get that definition. I'll have to do a Harry flick on you at some point, Anna.
Yeah, no, I love your eyeliner today. It's really good.
We'll have to do that another time. I feel like you've got good eyes for eyeliner. That's it. I start a look and I
don't think
like,
I have.
You've got amazing like large eyes, which looks great.
Really? Yeah, I never think that at all.
No, you've got really. I was when I watch it. It's funny. I watch certain people and I'm like, oh, I really want to flick on their eyes.
Yeah,
okay, we'll do that another time.
I would love to see it.
That'd be amazing.
Teach me the way.
Teach me the way. Are you close to me, hon? So, and if you just lift the eye up as well, then you can kind of see where you've got your liner. You can actually go in again right on the lashes. So you can just squidge them into the lashes and lean them. And then you can actually get it darker right on top of the lashes. You can just see that gives a little bit of definition without being about the liner because it's more of a lip look. I'm going to apply a bit of Lancome. This is the Hypnose mascara, and I'm going to do this to the top lashes and the bottom. But when I do the bottom lashes, I'm going to take some excess off on a tissue first. So if you look down for me, Anna, I'll turn you that way a little bit. I'm just going to apply that to the top lashes first and just wiggle it through. I'm just going to do a tiny bit, just kind of leaning more into the tops of the lashes. Because like I said, it wasn't a massively bottom heavy lash look. There was just the definition. Just look up for me, Anna. So I'm just going to make sure everything's out of the bottom lashes. So I'm going to add a couple of individual lashes to Anna's amazing lashes already, but just to thicken on the outside a bit. Again, we're going for that red carpet feel, so we're going a little bit more glam. And I'm going to mix of, I've got a mix of Ardell and Eyelure lashes as well, which are short and medium. So I've just got them in the tweezer, and then I'm just going to place them kind of more on the outer corner, and they literally just pop on so easy, the individuals. This is one of the medium ones now, so if you just look down for me, Anna, I'm just going to pop a couple on the outer corners. I think I'm probably going to do 2 or 3, depending on how it looks. So let's do 2 first, and then I'm just doing the same on the other eye as I go along. So they've kind of got the both on, same on both eyes. So we're just deciding lip colours, guys. I was looking at the picture of Margot Robbie, and I'm obviously guessing what she's used, and we're going to kind of do the inspired version. So I'm going to start with Heatwave by Nars. I'm going to use, before I do a lip liner, I'm going to do that afterwards. I'm just going to start with a Schuh lip brush, which is the Clinique 7H, which has this kind of rounded shape, so it actually makes applying lips very, very easy. So I'm going to start with that from the bullet. I'm going to come back to the eyes once the eyelash glue's dried, so just leave those to dry. And it is kind of like a poppy orangey red, I would say. There's sort of, I think, again, lipsticks will look different on everybody's skin tone as well. So now we're nearer the lip line, you can see the shape I've got with the brush. I'm just turning it on the side and kind of using it like a lip liner in itself almost. I'm now going to do it so we've got the top rounded shape, and what you do, you place the round into the top of the cupid's bow, and then you literally just use that to trace your way along the lip, and it gives you a really nice shape. I find with square brushes it's just a little bit harder to get that round shape unless you've got a really steady hand. So, and I'm just going to go a little bit more on the outer part of Anna's lip, a little bit over, just so that it balances out. So yeah, you can literally just like print it. You can sort of like go where you've got any gaps and then just hold it, and the round bit will just like fill it in. So back to the Lancome mascara. If you look down for me, Anna, I'm just going to add a little bit more mascara just to blend those in again. So me and Anna were just sharing our love for the Clarins concealer. I've been using this for ages on myself now. I love it on clients. I think it films well, and it also looks good in real life. It's one of those concealers that ticks all the boxes. And I'm just popping that under Anna's eyes and kind of taking that outwards so it just lifts a little bit on the outer corners, and then what's left on the brush I'm just taking down the inside of the face, a little bit on the top of the nose. And then just for a couple of dots of extra brightness, I'm going to take a bit of the Marc Jacobs pen. And this one is in, I think it's Rendezvous #1. This is like their concealer pen. And this is a little bit brighter, just like an inside highlight. I'm just going to apply a little bit of that underneath for a little bit of extra brightness. But this works really nicely with the Clarins concealer. It's a very similar texture actually, so it doesn't let the makeup go heavy or cakey. So I'm going to take a bit of Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, which you guys have seen me use a million times, but that's because I love it, especially for red carpet. And I'm going to take another little art shop brush, which is very soft. And like I was saying in the video I did with Lily actually, whatever's in the lid will be plenty. So I even knocked quite a bit off. So just look up for me, Emma. I'm going to use that just to set under the eye, but it just doesn't add any layers to the eye, which is why I really like it. I'm going to use a little bit of that down the T-zone as well, because again, I don't want it to kind of look super matte, but it definitely wasn't a super dewy look. So I'm going to use some synthetic brushes for this. I've got a Smashbox one and an old Ruby and Millie one. I love Ruby and Millie. I love their brushes. But Beauty Mark, love it, Beauty Mark. So I'm just going to cover with the smaller brush first. And I'm going to blend it out a little bit around it, so I've got room to blend, and then I'm just taking the other one just to blend around it so there's no kind of trace of makeup. And it's like magic. Ta-da! Ta-da! Yeah. So going back to a more kind of budget option now for blusher, I'm going to take this Revolution palette, which is a really decent size actually. Let me hold it that way so you guys can see everything. And it is, I think it's called Hot Spice, and it's just called the Ultra Blush palette. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this one, so quite a nudie. And these are so affordable, these palettes. If you're starting out as a makeup artist, actually, these are really good things to have in your kits. So I'm just going to take it on the tops of the, sort of a bit higher than the apples. And I'm just adding a very small amount to Anna's cheeks, because we don't want anything to kind of fight with the eyes and the lip. It should all just be really harmonious together. So just to make the lips look a little bit more matte actually as well, I'm going to take a bit of the Laura Mercier lip pencil in. I think this is Warm Poppy, which is kind of like a nice orangey kind of coral colour. So if you turn that way a bit for me, Anna, and just close and smile. Just going to take that over the lip a bit, because I think looking at Margot Robbie's lip actually, it was that little bit matter. And so that's the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, leave in the comments below what your favourite look was from this year's Oscars. Thank you so much, Anna, for being in my video. It's been a pleasure painting Anna's face. And one thing that I did want to say, guys, is I am launching #HarryMakeMeUp. So if you want to be sat where Anna is right now, having your face made up by me, there's going to be details in the description box below where you can find out how to do that. So the hashtag is HarryMakeMeUp, and more details will be below. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon with more videos. Thanks very much. Bye. Bye.